Um, Today we're going to continue on with, if I can get this to work. Brian knows that I can't move. There. We're going to continue on with our personality traits and talking about the sanguine personality, which is, people would characterize this person as a social butterfly, or the person that likes to talk and likes to be social and is always happy. As you can see, this lady in this cartoon is quite happy and joyful, and so this is just a picture of what a sanguine person might look like. The strengths of a sanguine personality is that they are lighthearted, finds fun in anything. Even if you're on a long road trip, they'd be the person that would be trying to make somebody laugh, make people smile, just chatting. And they're also the person that sometimes the melancholy or the choleric are just like, why are they talking so much? They're a peacemaker. And I actually am part sanguine, and a lot of times when my younger brothers and sisters would be bickering at each other, I'd be the one to go in and say, hey, what are you doing? Why are you, bickering at each other? Or, you take this toy, you take that toy, and everything will be fine. So they're a peacemaker. And, in real life or in the work situation, they may be the one that kind of tries to fix the little issues that might be happening amongst other little groups of people at the workplace. They are optimistic, whether it be a bad situation or something that other people might be kind of negative thinking about. This person usually is thinking positively. And I can remember so many times, I spent a lot of time in Washington with Young Disciple Ministries, and there was this group of young people that would come, and there would be this group of counselors or people that would say, oh my goodness, these kids are just, they're rotten, they're spoiled, or they're misbehaving, or whatever. And I'd say, oh, I thought they were quite nice. They can do a lot of things. Even though they might be kind of naughty, I'm sure they can do something good. So that was always my thought, and they always thought that it was, more negative. Oh, they're really bad. Enjoys children. Just because this personality is very fun-loving, likes to play, likes to have fun, they usually get along with children pretty well and are able to be creative with activities for children. And enjoys color. I may not be as much sanguine in this way. I do enjoy color, but I'm kind of a people watcher sometimes when I'm in the store, in the mall, or just out and about. And when I was younger, my mom or my dad would say, quit staring. Because I'd, be looking and watching people, and then I'd find myself staring at them. And then if you ever watch people, you can kind of see sanguine people by the way they dress. Because a lot of times they'll have on the bright colors and many different colors, or their shoes will be bright or something. They're usually quite extravagant. And another example of this is, and this is a way that, I was actually going to take a picture of a page in my Bible, and there's many different pages in my Bible that are kind of like this, but there's verses that are colored in pink, and then one in blue, and then one in yellow. And so I've seen sanguine people's Bibles that almost every page is colored different colors. And maybe that means that they study their Bible a lot, but it's also just something that they like. It might appear disorganized to some people, but it's just all the colors, and they like color. They're very spontaneous. When something happens just kind of out of the blue, it doesn't bother them, and they like it. It's kind of like an adventure. They're very flexible. When something changes, like I said, out of the blue, it's okay. We'll do it. That's fine. And always happy. They're the people that are always smiling. You don't usually see them sad or depressed, or even though sanguine people do, get those feelings, it really doesn't show on the outside. Now the weaknesses. A sanguine person is pretty scatterbrained, and that used to be my, well, I guess I could still say it is, but Dad would always, he would tell me something to do, and then a day later he'd say, Nicole, did you, such and such, and I'd say, oh, I forgot, and he'd say, that's no excuse. Don't tell me you forgot. You have a brain, you can think, you can remember, so don't tell me you forgot. They're disorganized. I can be organized in some things, but when I was younger, I was a very messy person, and I can still be messy, but I try to be clean because now I live with a melancholy choleric, and she doesn't like mess at all. And but my room, I used to have a room on my own, and it would be very messy, and somehow clothes and toys and things would end up under my bed because I had a bed skirt, and I could stuff my stuff in there, and then I would lose things, and I'd forget that they were under the bed, and eventually Mom or Dad would say, I'm coming to inspect, usually Dad, I'm coming to inspect your room, and I'd think, oh no, and he'd look under my bed, and then I'd have to spend about all day long trying to clean my room because he found my mess under my bed. And there for a while, when I was about early teens, my closet door broke, and so when it broke, it wouldn't stay shut. So then Dad found my mess in my closet. So he said, well, we're not fixing your closet door. You're going to live without a closet door. So I didn't have closet doors for years because he said that it was a mess in there and I needed to keep it clean. Uses I in a lot during conversations. Usually a sanguine person is a little bit self-centered, and when somebody's talking about something, they say, oh yeah, I did that too, or oh, I such and such, and it's usually I did this or I did that. They're very impulsive, and that goes along with the next one, being a risk taker. I get spurts of this, and there will be times where there's adventurous things that are going on, and I don't always say everything that I've done because sometimes people are like, oh my, you did that. Well, I'll tell you one thing. When I was at AFCO, and this is just like a, spur of the moment, there was this place that a lot of people would go down, and it was a bridge, and there was water and a river, and people would go swimming and stuff. Well, this place was actually, you could go diving off this bridge that was quite high. And yeah, I did. And I was the first girl to do it too. And I think the only one actually. But it's fun, it's adventurous, it's a risk take. And sometimes, a lot of times, that can backfire on you, which I didn't have anything that backfired on me at that point, and I actually haven't. Because I don't do that very often. I only get very small amount of times that I actually do that.